We often hear comments such as, if these children are not taken care of, they will become criminals and be harmful to society. That in itself is derogatory. It's a defeatist way of approaching their situation if we want to help them. In my research with street children over the last 5 years, and I'm also working with data on street children in Uganda and Zimbabwe, similar situations, these children have aspirations. They want to become lawyers. They want to become policemen. They want to become nurses. They want to grow old and have children and a family of their own, like all normal children would do. And I use normal advisedly, please. We see them every day. We don't mind them, as if they do not exist. But they are children who have aspirations. They want to be loved. They just are not in the place where they are loved. We see them begging for alms. We see them selling all sorts of things, all goods on our highways. We see them washing windscreens in traffic. We sometimes vehemently drive them away from wiping our windscreens. You have done one, you have done some before, haven't you? Out of Pebia, almost all the time. Then you do your wiper, and then they run away. We see them all the time. They are with us, ever present, never going away. What then does that make of us as a country?
This is their day-to-day reality, and they have different stories to share. The cold night's air does not deter these young boys, mostly between the ages of 9 and 17, to leave the streets. It is a few minutes after 9 p.m. in Accra, the capital city of the Greater Accra region. Joseph Boateng and his friends are still on the streets begging for alms. Since age 10, the street has been his home.
I have been on the streets for the past 6 years. My stepdad sacked me from home when I was 10 years.
All the way from Asimfusu in the central region, 15 years old Emmanuel Atari tells me that he lives each day in fear as the street is becoming dangerous.
I came here with my friend. One of his masters says he wants a mate. When we came, the master told us that he has gotten some of the mates, and I started living on the street where we are on. We don't feel good, because they have caught some of our guys that the death of the policemen we are suspected. So, and nowadays everywhere, now that we are in traffic, we are watching ourselves because of the policemen. So if we get out from the streets, I'll be happy.
While some of these boys have a firm belief they will not leave the streets, Emmanuel Asari says a day does not go by without him thinking about school.
If we get out from the streets, I'll be happy. I want to go to school. Pilot.
On the streets, these boys forget about the world and devise their own ways of making themselves happy. Emmanuel Kofi Sami's life on the street is quite different from the others. He does not just beg on the streets, but sells as well.
Back as well, no. Now, my sister there, and we go to school. My sister and we go to school, no. Nze oma mi ton mi fi school ba na ma ko ton ade man fi school ba na ma be ton ade man. No see David. Almost the classes. Now we catch my sister say we say me there. We go classes. No see Sadia. We go ton ade na Saturday. No catch me say ma ko ton ade na. Omo mi ska fan go school bi o. Into no, omo mi ska ba na me stay bush.
I came from Elmina in the Central region, and now I live on the streets of Accra.
Now Jai is too.
I mean, now Adisana and Koye man.
Augustine Ajimine, who is 16 years old, came from Kumasi in the Ashanti region and ended up on the streets of Accra.
Football brought me Accra, but it didn't take over. A musician who took me as adopted child to his house, and he took me to an academy called Great Somas, and the coach said that I'm not doing well, but I forced. One day they were going to training, I was sick, I didn't go some, so he said that he told my manager, and my manager will beat me, so I ran to the street. The life isn't better. We don't have any food to eat, we don't have shelter. So if you can eat, you have to go to the traffic to beg before you eat. So we need help. I want to go to school.
The traders who sell late into the night on the streets of Accra spend most of their time with these street boys. I engaged them in a conversation since they have a lot to share.
Last year, two no more years of more years. Many Bama, which about Bagos over 12 years, and Bagos over 14, or 58, and Bagos over Bobby.
I always talk to these boys and ask questions about where they came from and why they are on the streets. They either tell me they ran from the village with friends to the city, or they were sacked from home by their step-parents. Although I often hear that some of the boys steal from cars in traffic. The street boys at Airport First do not engage in nefarious activities. I would like to entreat all parents and guardians to work hard and take good care of their children at home. Else, when they find a life on the streets, they can become miscreants or even fall prey to drug addiction and many other bad habits.
SS2. My last born crowd form 1, class because you form 2. And see, Edumana may no, my manager and may ye Juma, a day show more. Cause ye and Tianco Square and richly. See, I say pussy a mano, my mother, a do a name. By this time, a boy at you, if you had to tone. That's what Jana has said. My manager chinty, and I may bomb home dear me ye Juma. And to some make it a memoir said, dear, I mean to cry. Eduma PS, I may ya, made a show mono, may yet, because a crown so wouldn't never be as long to me, Hannah, and will no cry. And we don't. And so the number we are so forced, so cool, so new cool, send never very well, sort of what he asked you. Ye, Jumana Shannon.
Going to be a father tomorrow. So, how you are going to be a father? What is your responsibility for your child. Would you like your child to be on the road cleaning windscreen? No.
An Okada rider, Mr. Paula Babisa, gives his views on streetism.
I want to give them an example. I'm a shepherd. I've never been to school before, class 1, and I've never stepped in school before. My father was an ex-soldier. He went to the Congo War before. And today, if you ask this boy, you know what I do. A lot of them know what I do. But today, what I'm able to even express myself in English, it is through friends. That my friends always corrected me that, oh, no, Paul, this thing that you are doing, please do it this way and it will help you. It is true that I'm able to buy this motorbike. The same time, the handicraft has come down. Today, you know what I do? I do this Okada to help my family to raise them up, because I cannot sit down and fold my hands and say either I want to go and steal or take somebody something and I'll be beaten up. The boys that you are interviewing them, a lot of them have a talent. But the problem is, if this particular boy that you are seeing, I've been seeing him for the past years. Some of them, if you see them, it's very embarrassment. It's not good at all. But them themselves, they don't see it, because you don't see your back until somebody tells you that your back is not good. Government should just let people come in. People that have sympathy for the humanity, they should come in. Even the churches, instead of preaching outside, they should come in and preach to these people. They will understand what you are telling them, because they are human beings. And not that they are only looking for money. They are looking for their future. Please, the government should take up this thing. Otherwise, one day, what they don't want to see, they'll finally see it.
Airport first, Opebia through to the Marina Mall, all of which are their usual hangout locations in the capital city. No one passes by without noticing these homeless boys. Upon further interrogation with 10 of these young homeless boys and ascertaining the fact that all of them came from various regions across the country, I decided to refer to them as juvenile migrants. Half past 10, and the news team gave a ride to one of the youngest among the boys, Emmanuel Asari, and 2 of his friends to the location where they sleep till day breaks.
If you want to be successful in life, you have to go back to school. Begging and living on the streets can destroy your entire life.
The bush directly opposite the Marina Mall is where Emmanuel sleeps with 6 other street boys. According to him, he's always the first to come back to bed, and this was evident as most of the cardboards they sleep on were still packed in the branches of one of the trees that provide a shade for them.
This is where I sleep with all my friends. I really want to go home, but there is no parental support, no money even to buy food.
Police for no to be to try pictures are no more. I'm never taking a Accra coffee. a police for no man shall say it. But then times me coffee and me coffee are mwebi and fee, me be am one.
We continued the trip to the supposed homes of two other boys, Emmanuel Kofi Sami and Augustine Ajamine. The vast space behind the Kotoka International Airport is home to about 100 homeless boys who walk the streets daily. It was a tough reality to face, and to see it for myself was unbearable.
If you find that, Five.
The streets is cold, uncomfortable, and dangerous.
This is a makeshift structure made by them. And after a hard day's work, that's either they sell on the street or beg for alms. When they are done and they are satisfied, they come to bed.
Although Augustine Ajamine has some space to himself, he joined Emmanuel Kofi Sami and 4 other street boys to build their structure with wood and plastic bars. With just a mattress and in their deepest hour of slumber, each of these boys try as much as possible to have a sound sleep with the hope of one day getting off the street. For GBC News, Oforiwa Darko reporting.